Welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely pumped to guide you through today's topic, because the landscape of artificial intelligence, it's just experienced a total seismic shift. We're not just talking about those simple little chatbots that write your emails or summarize a block of text anymore. Both Google Gemini and ChatGPT have quietly rolled out these massive, absolutely game-changing upgrades. They've officially crossed the line from conversational assistants into fully autonomous agents. I mean, we are talking about AI that can literally execute complex, multi-step workflows across your entire operating system.
Seriously, think about this for a second. What happens when your AI can literally see everything on your screen, when it can track your foreground desktop activity and just take over your browser? It sounds like some futuristic sci-fi movie, right? But today, we're going to show you exactly how this is a reality right now on your own desktop, and how you can harness this unbelievable power to save yourself hours of tedious work every single week.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for the explainer. First, we'll look at Gemini's massive new upgrades. Then we'll check out the power of 3.7 Flash, move on to ChatGPT's desktop revolution, explore building powerful AI automations, and finally, taking ultimate computer control.
All right, Section 1, Gemini's massive new upgrades, removing the invisible barriers.
So, you know how sometimes content creators face this totally frustrating, mysterious drop in social media reach when they post AI-generated stuff? Well, it turns out there's literally an invisible barrier holding your content back. But fixing this inside Google Gemini is incredibly straightforward. You just go into your settings and toggle Media Watermark to off. To put this in perspective, say you ask Gemini to create a super high-quality photo of a sloth. By default, it makes a gorgeous image, but it stamps this tiny, semi-transparent white logo right in the bottom corner. Usually, your human eyes can't even spot it. But the second you toggle that setting off, you are generating completely unwatermarked images, videos, and music.
So why does a tiny, basically invisible watermark even matter? Well, even if we can't see it, AI detectors absolutely can. The minute you post that awesome picture of a sloth to social media, the platform's algorithms scan it, spot the AI watermark, and just crush your visibility. It's totally throttled. By just hitting that simple toggle we talked about, you're bypassing those detectors entirely, making sure your content actually gets the reach it deserves.
Moving on to Section 2, the power of 3.7 Flash, the heavyweight model.
Okay, we're stepping away from the simple picture generation and looking at Gemini's heavy lifting. Google just rolled out their new 3.7 Flash model, along with this incredible web browsing agent called Gemini Spark. And the benchmark data here is just staggering. When it comes to complex enterprise workflow automation, Gemini 3.7 Flash is sitting at a dominant 30%. Just to give you some context, the previous 3.6 model was way down at 17%. This new one absolutely crushes its main competitor, GPT 5.6 Terra, which is at 23%, and it leaves Claude's Sonnet 5 in the dust at 10%. Basically, Gemini is now 2 to 3 times better at taking one single prompt, breaking it into a bunch of tiny tasks, and knocking them out flawlessly.
And that sheer reasoning power, that is exactly what fuels the new Gemini Spark interface. Spark can autonomously browse the live internet using an integrated Chrome extension to do crazy fast research. For example, in our source material, someone asked Spark to find a pre-owned Ferrari SF90 for under 400 grand. Now, instead of just spitting out a generic estimate, Spark actually went to work. It searched multiple car sites, it found official models around 440K, but then actually, it doesn't stop there. It autonomously navigates over to Car Gurus to find listings at 390K and Cars.com for low 400s, all in a few seconds. It's literally doing the clicking and scrolling for you.
Section 3, ChatGPT's desktop revolution. The AI is watching.
So with Gemini's big updates are all about reasoning and browsing the web, ChatGPT is raising the stakes by essentially moving right into your operating system. They've launched this highly advanced desktop app with a brand new feature called Computer History. When you toggle this on, ChatGPT acts like an ever-present assistant sitting right next to you. It monitors, records, and takes incredibly detailed notes on whatever you're doing in your active windows. Whether you're building a slide deck or writing Python code, it logs your workflow and saves it right to local.md files on your hard drive. It is wildly powerful for keeping context, but yeah, admittedly, it sounds a little bit intimidating at first.
But look, OpenAI totally knew this would raise some eyebrows. So let's talk privacy controls, because you are in absolute total control of what the AI can see. Working on something sensitive, you can instantly pause or resume the tracking with one single click. Even better, you can completely block specific applications or websites from ever being monitored in the first place. So if you're pulling up your bank account or typing out a private email, you can guarantee that stuff stays strictly confidential.
Section 4. Building powerful AI automations. Working smarter.
Okay, so ChatGPT knows exactly what you're doing on your screen. How do we actually put it to work? We are officially moving past just typing manual prompts and stepping into the era of building powerful, hands-free AI automations. This is where you combine ChatGPT with third-party tools to just entirely automate your boring, tedious workflows. Now, setting this stuff up used to be super technical, but our source highlights an absolute game-changer of a tool called LLMhelper.ai. Let's say you want to automate your entire YouTube sponsor email pipeline. You just tell LM Helper what your job is and the tools you use, like Gmail, Google Drive, vidIQ, and it literally builds the exact setup for you. It hands you the API connectors, it configures the MTC servers, and it even gives you these magic repair prompts. So if your automation ever breaks, you just paste the repair prompt into ChatGPT and it fixes its own code.
I want to pause on this specific quote for a second because it really cuts through all the heavy jargon about APIs and MCP servers and just hits the nail on the head. It's personally allowed me to save over 10 hours a week from tedious tasks. I mean, wow. Imagine getting an entire working day back every single week just because you handed off your repetitive email sorting and file management to a smart AI agent. That is the actual real-world magic of these tools.
Section 5. Taking ultimate computer control. The AI takes the wheel.
All right, we've talked about AI watching your screen and fixing your code. Now for the main event. Handing over actual, literal control of your digital life to ChatGPT. You're letting the AI grab the steering wheel of your operating system. But managing that power is totally crucial. Inside the desktop app, you have different permission levels. If you set it to ask for approval, you're kind of defeating the whole purpose, right? The AI is just going to constantly pause and beg you to click yes for every tiny little step. But if you give it totally unrestricted access, well, it can touch anything. So the source strongly recommends the approve for me setting. This is the absolute sweet spot. It runs tasks totally autonomously, but it's smart enough to hit the brakes and ask for permission if it detects anything potentially unsafe.
Once you have those permissions dialed in, you get to unleash these mind-blowing advanced agent modes. First up is record a skill. You just do a task on your computer while talking through it, and the AI watches your screen, listens to your voice, and literally learns how to automate it for you next time. Then there's plan mode, where you give it a goal and it drafts a complete step-by-step roadmap to get it done. And finally, the holy grail, goal mode, where the agent just autonomously goes out and pursues a set objective until it's finished. Now, quick reality check from our source here. Don't go telling goal mode to magically build you a $10,000 a month passive income business while you take a nap. It's just going to burn through all your AI credits trying to do the impossible. Keep it realistic.
All of these features combined into what is basically ultimate mastery of your digital ecosystem. ChatGPT isn't just an app anymore, it's your centralized command center. Through its Chrome extension, it's actively reading your live screen context. You can use voice hotkeys to just dictate commands right to your desktop. You can actually let it manage your passwords using built-in browser control. And get this, you can now edit Google Drive docs and sheets side by side directly inside the ChatGPT interface. It seamlessly pulls in references without you ever having to switch tabs. It's absolutely wild.
We've covered a crazy amount of ground today. We've seen firsthand how Gemini and ChatGPT have leaped from being these basic text generators to fully autonomous digital assistants. I mean, they're bypassing invisible content barriers, actively shopping the web for cars, logging your desktop history, and actually taking physical control of your apps. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to chew on. Now that your AI can literally control your screen, what is the very first task you're going to automate? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I seriously encourage you to go give these incredible new agentic tools a try for yourself.